Okay, so are you okay? I know you're gonna love this. Good morning. It is Social Surge with Fly and Mo.
Oh my god.
Fly and Mo, they start the day. Sip their coffee, pave the way. Talking tweets and hashtags to how to make your brand feel new. It's the surge, yeah, the social surge. Fly and Mo, they break the verge. From real estate
How
to
good is
viral
this?
trends, your
Isn't this the
online
best?
game, they'll help it mend. Mo says, post a story, make it pop. Fly laughs, don't let the rhythm stop. Brokers out there, hear the call. Socials the ladder,
Okay,
climb the
so
wall. Filters, captions,
I'm not gonna
find
play
your
this whole thing.
voice. In this world, you've got the choice. It's the surge, yeah, the social
Is this not the
surge.
best?
I love it.
Fly and Mo.
Welcome to Social Surge with Fly and Mo. I'm Mo Regalado. She is Fly Jamerson.
Wait,
Sorry, there we go. So thanks to What the Heck, Holly Pennington joining us over on the Graham Fam. Thank you for being here, Holly. And Regalado Real Estate, thank you for joining us over on the Graham. So what's going on? Hi, Dwayne, joining us over on LinkedIn. Okay, so What the Heck actually used that fun app that you shared with us, AppSuno. Is it
Yeah.
Suno? SUNO. And he created 2 different theme songs for us. He actually created a bunch of them. Hold on. So because we're here, so there was that one. He literally just made that one this morning.
Yeah, it's so powerful.
It was so good. Like I was like, oh, that's the one. Now this is the other one that I wanted to do. Okay, ready?
Your brokers, listen up, you're about to feel the heat. Movers in the house, turning clicks into a feast. Your listings look tired, your captions all week will bring the fire to the feed every day of the week. Post so fly, they'll make heads spin. Followers climb like your building's within. No time to waste, you got deals to close. Movers got your back, making content that glows. Don't scroll, don't wait, it's time to elevate. Mobile media hustle, we don't mess around. From your Instagram feed to your LinkedIn ground, we'll post it, we'll boost it.
Okay, so tell me how great that is. So What the Heck made all of these on Suno, and it's so good. Like, yeah, it's had so much fun. So I was like, I have to upload these. These have to be our like new theme songs. So welcome everybody to Social Surge. Thank you for indulging us as we listen to some music that What the Heck made for us. Yes,
I really like Suno is incredibly powerful. I'm about to upgrade to get some of the more. What's interesting to me about this particular platform is that you are capable of creating something. Anybody can go on there and make something for themselves. It's very, very accessible. And if you've done any music production or you know somebody in it, or like you've like just any behind the scenes kind of things, like there is so much that goes into it. And what I love about where Suno is heading is that they are giving more advanced level controls to their users. There's like a studio features are coming out, like more control over like individual like aspects of it, because we all know like if you're generating images in ChatGPT or something, like you can't, it's not creating a vector file or like anything that you could actually go in there and edit. Like you are powerless. You're powerless.
Yes.
You can only use your words. And like on a scientific level, I am incredibly interested in how in machine learning and in artificial intelligence, we're using language to try to communicate in an entirely another medium. So if you are, I would recommend going to check out Suno and then to ChatGPT or other tools to help you understand how to articulate, how to talk about music and the kind of music that you want to get. I could get real nerdy about this, but yeah, I mean, it's really those are slamming.
You know what? That needs to be like that app. And so don't mind our personal conversation during Social Surge.
That's all it is.
That needs to be a whole course in the Social Mastery VIP on how people can make their own personalized music, right? That could be an entire course in there. That'd be so amazing. Like I would take that course because I would sit down there and be like, okay, Fly's going to teach me. Okay, so today we are talking about Q4 goals. Welcome to Q4. Hello. Like we are already here. This is crazy. I can't believe it. We actually started this it's almost been a year, right? I think in November.
That sounds right.
About November of last year?
It would have been in October or November.
Okay, we'll have to go back and check. But so we've been doing this for a year, and it has morphed into what you see now, the craziness, the Hot Mess Express. But
I thought you said Hotness Express, and I was like, yeah.
What?
Opposite.
No, it's hot mess. Hot mess.
Shut up and take my compliment.
Okay, hotness with an N. We're talking about Q4 and what your Q4 goals they should be, and why goal setting for social media is so important. So as we know, as we go into the holidays, okay, so first off, I've got to tell you, you're going to be fighting. You are absolutely going to be fighting. Huh?
Sorry, go on. I said me personally, I'm about to fight. What am I? I'm going to get mad.
So people are going to be fighting in the feeds for attention because so many companies are going to be paying for advertising, and it's going to start now. In fact, you should probably start seeing it already. They're doing holiday ads, and this is where a lot of companies spend their money, their marketing budget, their ad budget is during this time, October. It's generally like late October to about mid-January. So your feed, your algorithm is going to be completely jacked up. Oh, interesting. So Danielle said that the video wasn't working on LinkedIn. I wonder what's going on.
I will look.
Okay. So so you're going to be fighting for your position on the timeline. Do not stop. This is where you need to post consistently. This is where you need to engage consistently. And this is also a time for you to actually reflect on your feed itself and what's going on in all your socials. Maybe you need to do a refresh. Are we having issues on there?
I'm looking.
And so this is a perfect time to actually go back and take a look at go back and look at the last 3 quarters, right? And see what content of yours did really well. See what content of yours kind of missed. Maybe those misses, which were important to you, they just need to be reworked, right? But also go back and repurpose some of that old banging content that did really, really well. Because so many people are not seeing your content, it is okay to repurpose what you've already done. I think especially, I know I have an issue where I'm always thinking new content. I have a really hard time going back. Maybe it's the ADHD. Like once it's like object permanence, right? Like once it's out of my face, I don't remember it. But yeah, seriously. Go back and look at
that phrase in a long time.
The object permanence?
Yeah, my daughter was young enough recently, right? Like within the last 5 years, where that was a phrase. I was like, she hasn't developed her object permanence yet. I think she has now. Jury's still out on me, but
jury's way out on me.
Look, like the generation of new material is a very specific mental muscle, right? And then so is the repurposing. It's a totally different thing. But I 100% agree with you. I don't do it enough. I barely see anybody doing it enough. And I think there are 2 things that prevent people. Also, the LinkedIn is fine on my end. But it doesn't mean it's not glitching out elsewhere. The 2 reasons that people might not be maybe 3 reasons that might not be repurposing it is they just haven't taken the initiative to go back and look and see. There is a little bit of nuance. Some people are in the camp of like, oh, I'm just going to copy and paste, or I'm just going to repost this exact same video. And you want to know what? That works, you know? If you do that too often, too frequently, and too much, like without enough time passing, it can fire back on you. I mean, I've regularly seen some large accounts, especially on X, like post something and then like people will go back and be like, look at how many other times you've posted this, right? That usually happens on the kind of accounts that are known for being
rage baity.
Yeah, because right, you know, people start to target you if you use certain tactics like that. But then that feeds into one of the reasons I think that people are not doing this is because they are afraid of repeating themselves. They're afraid of somebody calling them out for repeating themselves. And I just don't, I don't agree. I mean, I think there's nuance around how you can be repetitive, but being repetitive is actually really important. The consistency in your message, the top of mind awareness that you get when you regularly associate yourself with something, like it is actually a positive thing. And it takes anywhere from between, you know, 10 to 20 individual touches with someone for them to really begin to internalize and associate you with whatever the thing is that you are repeating in your message, right? And so I do think this is a great time. In fact, I'm going to put it on my list to go back and see, okay, what resonated the most, and then also to do a little audit on yourself of just like, are the things that are resonating, how are they leading to conversations? Are they the correct audience? Because you could have a bunch of rage baity content or top of funnel, you know, content that has a universal appeal, but how is that leading people into your pipeline?
Right, exactly. If you're not providing so this could actually be an entire episode on its own, the difference between rage baity material and the stuff that actually brings people into your content funnel, right? So if you're new here and we are talking about the content funnel, top of mind awareness, social media posts, then we're trying to drive them to your website so they can download something of value, right? Or even if it's a DM that you then are like, hey, give me your email address. And then you personally take that email address and drop it into your CRM. That's like that's what we're looking at, right? We're trying to get from top of mind awareness, social media, to website / download of something of value, to then dropping them into the CRM so that now, and watch my hands, this is very important. Then you have an email marketing campaign, you have a drip campaign where you're having those touches. So it's not just the touches on social. It's not just the call to action to drive to download something. It's then that email, it's that marketing campaign, that drip campaign of where you're having these touches. And the email's not bullshit, okay? The email has to provide value or else people are going to tune you out. Like that's the hugest issue I see with a lot of people who do drip campaigns. The drip campaign doesn't actually provide any value to anybody. Why would you want to open it up? What's up?
No, I'm laughing because I screenshotted something this morning. And I'm not gonna like post a screenshot because I'm not trying to call this company out, but I screenshotted it as an example of like, this is the lowest value post I can imagine seeing. And I'm just like, and it's clear that they put as much time and effort into it as they possibly could, and then they dumped money behind it. It's a paid ad, but it's very basic. It is very much all about them, and the CTA on it is, this is the perfect time to become a insert company name customer. And I was just like, it's just like, if you go through your feed right now on whatever apps it is, right? And how many ads do you see that are directly speaking about them, their features, the product, stuff like that? Giving you a little bit of a discount or talking about how great they are or what they do. And like, look, being able to communicate who you are, what you do, who you serve, and what you have to offer is an incredibly important part of this business. But it is not the thing that is going to attract people into doing business with you if that is the first introduction.
Right.
It is not going to work. It's a little bit different in product marketing. And so like, it's interesting to me, like when you bring up that in Q4, because of the nature of the business and the holidays and just like everything, and really specifically, it's surprising to me sometimes the conversations about marketing writ large versus marketing in this industry, because so much of what, I'm on a tangent now, so much of what people think about and talk about, and like, you're not going to sell a building for Black Friday. Like,
no, that would be like freaking hilarious.
Somebody needs to, here, you can have this one for free. Go do a meme campaign that's like, you're trying to sell one of your buildings for Black Friday.
That would be
because you probably
hilarious.
Yeah, it would be great.
I love that.
The kind of marketing that we see that's going to be flooding the feed in the next 3 months, that is going to inhibit our ability to show up in the same way that we have, because it's like, we're not product marketers, we're B2B marketers. It's a totally different thing. And so this is not like, you cannot, I'm looking at this horrible ad, like you cannot show up in the feed in the same way that somebody trying to sell a tangible physical product that you can buy at the store. Like it was bonkers to me the first time I heard a broker refer to a building as being a part of an inventory or a part of a product. It's very interesting and it's very, very true, but the typical product marketing doesn't work. And so
Correct.
If we're going to have a feed that's flooded with people trying to sell stuff for Black Friday and the holidays, or just like whatever else they're trying to do, you got to zag. You got to zag. You cannot show up with, this is why it's the best time to be my customer. No.
Right. And it comes down to, I mean, that's just as simple as what we talk about with StoryBrand. The story is not about you. The story is about your prospect. It's about your client and how you can help them get the outcome that they need, right? Or that they want. It has nothing to do with you. So if you do look at, like, if we're to take the D2C, direct to consumer, or you know, whatever product, and you take a look at some of those products, I mean, honestly, and maybe this is just my marketer's mind, I do look at ads as they, like, everybody complains about ads, like, oh my God, there's so many ads. No, I'm actually looking at the ads. Like, I analyze the ads, because is this product talking about me, especially when it's on my For You page? Is it talking about me? Is it personalized to me? Is it sharing how, like, the struggles that I may potentially have, or something that I need? Or is it talking about the product and about the company? And really is a reverse of that. If you're only talking about yourself, and yes, I realize that in commercial real estate, we do talk about ourselves when it comes to our stories, but our stories are how we're helping our clients and customers get the desired result that they want, right? It's not all about me. It is about them. It is about their story, about how you help them get to where they needed to go, right? So I challenge some of you to actually, instead of complaining about the ads that are showing up in your feed, start analyzing them, looking at them. Is this product, is the ad addressing my concerns, or is it talking about the company? And you'll start to notice the difference, right?
I'm laughing again. I was about to pick up my copy of a prominent industry publication to flip through and point out another ad that's just like, they're all around you, right? They're all around you. And really, like, that is one of the best pieces of advice I have for people who are trying to level up their marketing in any arena and in any channel, right? Go, like we said, go look at things, but go look at the stuff that you ignore. Look at the stuff that makes you frustrated and analyze why, right?
Is it talking about the company, or is it talking about you personally? You will be more inclined to purchase or explore a product or something that is about you, not necessarily about the company. It's what can the company do for you? That's why you're exploring it. That's why you want to purchase it.
Yeah.
So,
which is why when we're talking about, especially when we're talking about deal stories, results stories, case studies, things like that, people want to understand what it's going to be like to do business with you.
Yep.
They want to, like, that is the story that you need to tell. Not now is the perfect time to do business with me. It's like, and I understand some of why. I mean, it's just so crude. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm really frustrated. But so, okay. So, and I'm also trying to, in my mind, to be like, how do I wrap this back into Q4? So audit yourself.
Yep.
Look at other people who are doing things that you like or that you don't like, and just, and be a little bit of an intentional around developing your taste. And I got some really good advice recently. I actually shouldn't tease it. I shouldn't tease it, but having an idea of the direction you want to go, and then taking the action to actually do it. I was talking to someone recently who has been working on their stuff for some time, and they're not implementing. And they're at the point where it's like the message is really dialed in. The topics are dialed in, like the content pillars are dialed in, like we know like exactly what to talk about and how to talk about it. And there's just it's like, it's not getting out. Like it's not actually, there's no engagement, there's no posting, there's no outbound. And so if you've been sitting on thinking about your social media for some time, I would really challenge you in Q4 to start setting some effort-based goals for yourself. Not like, don't think about results-based KPIs. Like in my mind, when we're looking at things, there's effort-based KPIs, key performance indicators, and results-based KPIs. And you actually can't get results-based KPIs if you don't have any effort. But people are only thinking about like, oh, I want to have 10,000 followers, or I want to get like 100 likes, or like this and that. I want to get like endless inbound leads. And I'm like, cool. So how are you measuring the effort that you're actually going to take to do that? Because the thinking about it and sitting around and polishing and thinking and perfecting and all this stuff, like none of that matters unless you put it out there. And so audit yourself, educate yourself, and start to figure out how you're going to execute, because none of your taste, none of your goals, none of your thoughts about how an advertisement is good or bad and why you should have, better results than they will. Like, you're not going to get them if you don't do it. And so I think that Q4 is the perfect time to start testing, even if we're going to be fighting against whatever else is going to be going on in all the feeds. I forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me. The calendar doesn't exist in my world, but
so the reason why I bring that up is because you're going to hear people belly aching about the fact that their engagement is down, or that they are not getting as many impressions. And literally every year since probably since, I don't know, 2014, 2015, every year on the dot, late October through middle of January, you're going to see shit go down. And that's because there's so many people flooding the feeds with paid advertising that's what's going to be prioritized. Obviously, these platforms need to make money. They're not here for altruism, right? They're here to make money. They're capitalists. So they're going to do what they can. And if somebody's going to throw $30,000 at them a month for the next 3 months, hell yeah, they're going to prioritize that content over your organic stuff. But this is why when we talk about Q4, it's so important that you need to be actively engaging on other people's posts, particularly if we talk about X and what's going to happen in November. The X algorithm is going to be completely AI driven in November. It starts, right? Completely AI driven. So if you're not creating your feed and you're not building it, then you're probably going to be upset with what it shows you. You have to curate your feed. You have to curate your feed on every single platform. It's why I don't get with when people are telling me, oh, I hate what's on my feed. Well, have you spent the time to actually go and engage with the people that you want to engage with and the industries that you want to like that are in your vertical that you want to see? If you're not doing that, then the algorithm's just going to throw random shit at you until you click on something. Like, that's how it's going to happen. So a quick checklist of what I want you guys to do in Q4. Very first thing that you absolutely should do. When was the last time you checked on any of your bios? Right? I'm guilty of this too. Like, I have been talking for the last 2 months and I have it written out. I have it done. I just haven't implemented it yet.
Execute. I also say as someone who has a million things I have to do.
He said, what do you mean AI driven? Okay, so Dwayne, the X came out middle of this past month, and said that their entire algorithm is going to be AI. So it's not going to be based off of user preference. It's going to be based off of the algorithm choosing what you're going to see in your feed. So if you're not curating it right now, if you're not curating what's happening in your feed, the AI algorithm is going to choose shit for you to put in your feed. And if you don't like that, then it's incumbent upon you. There's 3 little dots on posts that you can click and you can say, I'm not interested, or I don't want this on my feed, right? So it's more, you're going to have to build it so that it's a better experience for you. Now, from what X says is that with this AI driven algorithm that they're going to be implementing across the board. So it's not going to be chronological. It's not going to be any of that stuff. It's going to be all AI driven. Is that, so like if you're seeing, again, one of the complaints I hear, I've got all this political stuff on my feed. Well, that's because you keep clicking on the political stuff. Even if you're not commenting or reacting, if you're clicking on that,
guess watch time. It tracks how long you look at a post. And it's not like people used to think that was just on videos, because like videos have a durational aspect to it. No, if you're reading and it's somebody's, like 2,000 word, I don't know the text limit on X anymore.
3,000, I think.
Yeah. So, and that's taking you a while to read it. It knows how long you've spent reading that post. And so even if you don't engage with it at all, it will. I was just having a conversation the other day about like in a group chat of like a couple of people had seen a video, and we were like, did you see that? How did you see that? Like, how did it come up for you? Like, because, did you like it? Did you share it? Like, did it actually come up? Or the apps are making associations and tracking things based on who you talk to,
the conversation, did you search for it, or did it organically show up in your feed because I looked at it? Right. So that's a very valid conversation to have. And Dwayne, as for your comment that you have here that we didn't put up, let me just address this real quick. So lurkers happen. This is the lurker effect, right? So this is why it's important to post consistently and to engage, because people are seeing your comments. And I did do a PSA yesterday about this. Don't be a creepy mofo on some of these platforms. Please stop doing that, because we can see your comments. And like, if you're being a creepy McCreeperson, like, we can see that. And it's so freaking weird.
We need to talk about that offline, because I had to unfollow somebody recently because every single one of their comments on non-industry related stuff, I was just like, because then it was putting that stuff into my feed.
Correct. Absolutely.
Like, I don't want to see. Nah. I'm pretty sure we're talking about the same person. Okay.
Yes. So stop being creepy McCreeperson on stuff. We can see your comments, but you do absolutely have to actively engage during this time period. I highly suggest comment daily on 5 industry posts. Actually make meaningful engagement. Do not just put, wow, great post. Yeah, that's not helpful. Like, that doesn't help anybody. And then also, thank the people that you're working with publicly. This is a great time to acknowledge maybe a partner, or acknowledge, maybe it's your insurance agent. I have no idea. It could be somebody that you work with that is instrumental in your business, but maybe they're not seen, right? So there's that. Continue to post consistently. Make sure that you're updating all of your bios, right? And your bios should be so easy to understand what you do that a fifth grader can understand it. If you go across my social platforms, we do social media for busy commercial real estate professionals. Boom. It is literally across every single platform, except for I think on my
I don't think it's on your X. I think your X.
My ex does have it, but it's at the end. It's not at the beginning. And then my Instagram, I think it does actually. My personal Instagram is wild, so we just don't pay attention to that. There's a lot of stuff on there. Refresh your profile photos. If you haven't redone your profile photo, oh my gosh, I had an issue with this. Like earlier this week. So I'm tagging a client, I'm posting for a client. I'm trying to tag this person, but the picture that I have and the picture on LinkedIn are like 20. Like this man is no longer thin, and this man is, and he has hair, and it's the same name, but this man is bald. Like I was just like, I don't. Is this the same person? And so like I'm going and searching, trying to find, and the same picture that's on LinkedIn is on the website. Like, but
I heard someone recently say that they haven't redone their headshot in so long that they're just not going to do it, that they're going to die with that headshot. And I would just like, on the one hand, I kind of love that. And then on the other hand, it's for many of the reasons that you just said, including, again, if you are using social media for your business to get business, the larger there is of a gap between how you show up online and how you show up in person, the larger the larger the gap is going to be for somebody to do business with you. And I know that because it creates friction, it creates a question, and it creates dissonance in a moment potentially where you don't want any of them to be. I think that I do think that there are outliers to that. I think that people also lack confidence perhaps in how they are visually represented, and they like the photos of them.
Right.
More when they, were at a different stage in their career.
Right.
Those are extremely solvable problems, both in the kind and quality of the photo that you can get, and then also just like working on like self-esteem and self-confidence. I don't know.
And also please be like fully aware that your AI profile pic, we know that it's AI because you do not look like that in real life. So just putting that out there too. Like you can use AI, it's fine, but
I'm continually shocked about how many people default to keeping an old picture or using an AI picture, not because they don't have access to having pictures taken, but because of something internal. Like I can't tell you how actually surprised and shocked I am by the epidemic of low self-confidence in this business. Anyway.
Yeah, and we talk about this a lot. We talk about this with our clients, right? We're almost like therapists sometimes. We're like, no, you can do it. I believe in you. You got this, right?
A lot of marketing and psychology. I'm just saying. I have to go.
I know you have to go. Okay, so if you want a checklist of what you should be doing, go ahead and DM me or Fly. I actually do have a little downloadable checklist that you can do. And then don't forget, Social Mastery VIP. It is where we talk about the whole marketing ecosystem. We would love to have you in there. Yes, I still have to upload those videos that I was talking about the last show, but I will get that done. There's only one of me, and there's so much to do. All right, everybody, have a great week, and we will see you back here on Tuesday.